So this is my presentation about applications of integer operations in daily life. So now this is my story. So there was once a farmer that grew apples. One day he collected many apples, around 4,000 apples. And then a big company wanted to buy them for their campaign. So they bought 2,564 apples and gave the man lots of money. The farmer used that money to get more plots and grow more apples. His amount of apples doubled. But then a group of the flies in the area ate up all of the apples and left him with only 1/4 of his apples left. Even though he lost a lot of his apples, he stood strong and sold 200 of that 1/4 and used the eaten ones for compost to help his other apples grow stronger and faster. With that 200 apples, he earned $1,500 and retired. With that money, he bought more land and was able to grow 10,000 more apples and sold 5,000 of them and shared 3,000 of them with his neighborhood. So here we're going to be simplifying and breaking down these first few parentheses parts. So here, this is the first part, his original amount, as you can see, the 4,000 apples in the very first part of the story. Here, he had his original amount, and the campaign bought this amount of the apples, 2,564 apples. And here, times 2, because you remember with that money, he used that to double his amount of his apples. And after that, the bugs ate his apples, so ate 3/4 of them. So now he only has 1/4 left, so we divided by 4. And after that, he sold 200 of his apples, that 1/4 of his apples, and used that money to expand way more, to get 10,000 apples, and he sold -5,000 and shared -3,000 with his community. It's negative because he lost that amount of apples, so adding them together will be easier to subtract. So here, this is the first part of the equation. We'll first start with his original amount here. We have 4,000 minus 2,564 equals to 1,436. So that is the amount of apples that he has left after the campaign. And here, this is his other parentheses. We're breaking the other parentheses down. -5,000 plus -3,000, because adding them together will be easier to subtract in the future. So now it becomes -8,000. This is the final broken down equation, first broken down one. Next, it becomes now multiplied by 2 because his amount of apples doubled after he got that amount of money. So now it becomes multiplied by 2, so 2,872 apples. But then after that, the flies ate his apples, of course. So now he's only left with 7,018 apples after dividing by 4. 718. So this is the simplified one. Now 718 apples only. And as you can see, we're already done with this part of the equation and this part of the equation. So now it's only -200. And we're just going to finish off with this one. And first we break down this parentheses. So now 718 minus 200, 518. So now 518, and this final amount, 10,000 plus -18, is basically just 10,000 minus 8,000. So it becomes 2,000. If we add those two final amounts together, it turns into 2,518. So his final answer is he ends up with 2,518 apples. Thank you.